I taking over the joke this week?
You got one?
Do it.
Sure, go
Do
ahead.
it, Jim.
Yeah, so I was on campus the other day and I was looking around at all the buildings and I was wondering which building had the most stories. Do you guys know?
Which building had the most stories at Notre
Yeah.
Dame?
Yeah,
I don't know.
the library.
Welcome to Racing Home Podcast. You're joined by your two hosts, Fez Bobber and Nick Ageter, and we also have a special guest for today, Jim Smitholene, James Smith, known by many different names. How are you doing, Jim?
I'm good. I've been on this thing so many times, but never officially. So
Is this
What do
the
you mean
first
not officially?
I don't think I've ever had a real introduction.
No, we've introduced you before. You're the guy that drives a Honda, I was going to say the Honda minivan around, the Honda Fit.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I introduced you because I remember talking to you about your S2K and talking about your Honda Fit.
I don't remember.
Yeah, don't blame us, bitch.
We did a horrible Jeopardy that Nick had bullshit questions for. So
Yeah, that is
You
true.
keep saying it was horrible, but this past weekend at Road Atlanta, you were asking me, when are we going to do Jeopardy again?
no,
Like,
I said
clearly
you
at
need to
the top of your
redeem
mind.
it. You need to
No,
redeem
you
it.
said redo it. You said you had so much fun and you want to redo it. You can't wait.
Uh-huh.
I'd be down.
I'd be down as well. We got to get Devin and Eddie on here. Hopefully I can get this podcast out before them so that way we can beat them,
Yeah.
at least in one aspect of my life.
Did you get your ass handed?
Oh, man. All right, so the past weekend was Road Atlanta for Jim and I. Bez,
Mhm.
where the fuck were you?
All right. So I could not make it because I bought a new business and I have officially left Toyota as well. So my takeover date was May 12th, this past Monday. So I was basically working 2 jobs for the past month, essentially, to going to different shops and whatnot for training and learning and all that. And then I was working to my Toyota job at night. And then, so Monday was my first day at my own location that I took over. So a lot of work went into that. A lot of work was going into that. So I had to drop Road Atlanta because, that took priority. It's big
I
news.
don't blame you. That's awesome. No, it's huge because everyone knows you as like Toyota Banana Man, and now you're just Banana Man.
Yeah.
Talk about what this thing is because like everyone had rumors of like it's a used car lot. Like, what is it?
There's rumors going around?
7-Elevens, hotels, or used car lots.
Gotcha. The funny thing is, one of my previous coworkers in Kentucky, his last name is Patel, and he bought a hotel. So sometimes stereotypes are real. No, dude. This is a mechanic shop. I bought a previously existing business. It's a Mercedes only shop that has existed for 40 years. This guy has been running it since 1970s or 80s, something like that. And he built this specific location by himself. Like, not by himself, obviously he had contractors and all that, but like he built it for himself from scratch, from the ground up, back in '89. And he's been running Mercedes-Benz only. He was he worked at the factory in South Africa for Mercedes for a while, moved to Dallas and started his own shop and did really well. I mean, but unfortunately he had cancer, so he was retiring and needed someone to take over for him. And we found this opportunity and I've been trying to get a shop for the past year or so. And one of our family friends found this shop for us, and he's like, "Hey, I'll franchise for you." So I'm going to use under his franchise. His franchise is called Integrity First Car Pros. And he found me the location. He's like, "Here you go." Essentially, so I just couldn't resist because I had the location. I had his blessing essentially, and I just had to jump on it.
Makes sense. I think you're at the perfect time in your career and your age to go and do this. Like, if you would have waited another year or so, like, who knows, this opportunity could have slipped out. But I'm happy for you, man. And it's located in Dallas, so if you happen to have a Mercedes-Benz, take it over to Fez.
Wait, let me clarify. It's not going to stay Mercedes only. So I'm going to open it up to other makes and models. So if you have any car you want to bring by, I'm going to be doing anything and everything. But going to specialize in Euro because like my technicians are all Euro trained. Like they work in Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, and all that. So every car that needs a lot of work, essentially.
Oil leak city.
Oh my god, dude! For the
Yeah, no
past, I've
kidding.
been working here for the past 3 days. Every single Mercedes that's come in has an oil leak and motor mounts that have gone bad. Um,
No surprise.
yeah, yeah. But I will be doing track alignments, racetrack stuff too. Like I want to do high performance stuff as well. It just won't be a priority because that's not really the money maker here. My goal
Right.
long term is to have my own performance shop, dedicated performance shop. But if you are in the North Dallas area and you do want a track alignment, I can still hook you up.
Nice.
That's awesome. Next time the Focus needs to have a clutch job done, I'm going to take it over to your shop and hand it over to you.
Alrighty, come through.
It's basically a euro, right? So
It
That's
was built
true.
in Germany. Yes, basically, it's got a Euro VIN.
One of my technicians actually imported a Ford Escort Cosworth from Sweden.
Oh, sick. Yeah, you sent
Yeah,
me a photo of that. That was awesome.
yeah. He's a 72-year-old guy, man. He's still kicking.
Jeez. As a
Yeah,
technician, like he's still working there as MD2?
he's still working there as a 72-year-old, and he owns like 4 cars. He owns a Quadrifoglio. He owns a Ford Escort Cosworth. He's had a Mark IV Focus RS.
Hmm?
He
No.
imported that too.
Wait. There's no way he can have a Mark IV Focus RS if like my car is the Mark III Focus.
Oh wait, so it might be Mark II then. Sorry, Mark
Okay,
II
that
or
makes
Mark
more
One.
sense.
My bad. But yeah, so he's a chill guy. He knows cars, and he has a C43 AMG, a bunch of other stuff.
Sick. All right.
Yeah,
Well, I can't wait to check it out. Next time I'm in Dallas, I'll definitely have to stop by.
yeah,
Is
man.
it going to be closed on Sundays? Like display?
It's gonna be closed on Saturday and Sundays. Yes,
ooh,
Nice. Okay. Well,
but
that's good.
I'm gonna
That's good
do
for
a
you.
I'm gonna do a grand opening, and I'm gonna invite all the friends over. Jim, if you want to fly down, you're more than welcome to, but you don't have to.
I'm gonna have
Uh,
to.
yeah, so we'll do a little car meet, car show, and then I was gonna do like another day with just close friends and just do like a cookout at the shop.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Do these employees know that you have a podcast?
I don't think so.
They'll find
They
out
don't
when
know
we
my
put the
secret
Racing Home.
life.
They'll find out when we put a Racing Home podcast banner across the entire front side of the shop. What the fuck is this?
Deal. Are you buying that banner or me?
This podcast makes no money, so it's gonna be you.
Okay. But yeah, guys, how was Road Atlanta? I had like huge amounts of FOMO not being there. I heard it was actually a shit show, so please elaborate.
Well, it was a lot of fun. So, like, super quick recap. It was a great time. The thing is that it was a very condensed event. So, like, all of Time Attack and GLTC and Rush was all condensed into the morning, Friday and
Mhm.
Saturday. So, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., that was all the time that Gridlife was allotted. And then the rest of the time was for Formula Drift. So, it felt very rushed, but overall, it was good. It would have been even better if the weather cooperated on Saturday. Saturday was, it was just rain. Jim, did you even go out on Saturday?
No, I was being lame. That's okay
Lame-o.
though. Yep.
Anyways, we can step it back. So, Jim, was this your first time at Road Atlanta? With
Yeah,
the
it was my first time there. I grew up in Georgia, but I'd never actually been to that track. So the sim was my way to prep for this. So I think we did hundreds of laps at Road Atlanta over the winter break. So it actually translated like extremely well to real life. So I went in the first session and like I think my fastest lap was the first session, just because of how much traffic we had in the following laps. So yeah, the I had not been there, but the sim was huge. So.
Yeah, I agree. Which sim do you use? Is that a Corso or iRacing?
Oh, we did tons of iRacing. I did the Lizard Brains podcast endurance race and the GT4s, and that felt like it set me up pretty well. So
That's awesome. Because like for me, it was all on Forza Motorsports, just playing around, and I would mostly agree that it translated pretty well. But like all sims, the elevation gain and descent doesn't really translate all that well until you're actually like sitting down in the car and you can actually feel what's going on. But yeah, if you've played the track in a sim or in a racing game, it's nearly the exact same thing. Uh, the walls though, the walls were intimidating, but like the track surface, in my opinion, was actually relatively grippy. And so they were never really much of a concern to me. That said, I think we lost like 3 GLTC cars throughout the weekend.
Uh, maybe more.
Oh, maybe more. Damn. Did
I
we
tried
lose
to
any
count.
time attack cars?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I don't recall any time attack cars being lost.
So
Yeah,
I think
go on.
Jim and I and we all did a lot of like sim racing at Road Atlanta, and overall, my experience on the sim, it didn't feel as sketchy to me. Except, like I feel like Mid Ohio felt more sketchy to me, even on the sim, Mid Ohio Road America. But overall, it seems like a really fun track. So I'm just kind of flabbergasted at the fact that they still try to squeeze in Rush and other drift events for Gridlife within
Oh, that's
all of.
right. They did have full course drift. I forgot about that too.
Yep.
Yeah,
They had 2 sessions of that on Friday and Saturday.
for the time that was allotted, that's a lot of shit going on.
See,
Yeah.
I kind of liked it though. Like compared to like a normal grid life, where you're sitting around for hours and letting it get in your head and just sitting there baking in the sun. It was nice just to like get it done, and then you get the rest of your day to have fun. So like we still did the same number of sessions. It's just in a 4-hour window instead of a 8-hour window.
But her traffic was crazy though.
Yeah, but I think the traffic was bad because there was they couldn't get like the updated grid order out in time. So for session
Mhm.
number 2, they were already calling class C without updating the grid order. So there were people that were supposed to be in class C, that were supposed to be getting gridded up, that were thinking they were in session or class B because that's what they weren't previously. And so I think that added to some of the traffic. And then at least in my session when I went out, there were 3 cars that had gone off. It was a Corvette, an S2000. Oh, and Pete. Poor Pete.
Are we surprised though? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to bash on Pete, but this motherfucker goes off every event, at least
Jesus.
every day
It was a
of the event.
mechanical. It was a mechanical issue for Pete. Let's be nice.
Okay.
But our issue was around like there's only 3 run groups and we had 30 plus cars in our group, and you have all the club SC cars that make pace very differently than the back of the pack like other cars. So like we're bombing through the first half of the course. Like I literally was just right behind and stuck behind a street GT like M3 and 350Z, I think, like from turn like 12 or 10 to 12 all the way to the 7, and then they would drive away, and then I'd catch them in the S's again, and it was like that, and so it was pretty rough for traffic, but some of it was my own like fault just because I didn't come in and ask for space. So I'll own that one, but yeah, it was pretty
I was
rough.
kind of in the same boat for me. Like I was casting up to some street mod cars, and I would catch them in the S's, and then I actually got the point by and got around just around turn 6. But then on the back straight at Road Atlanta, they just flew by me with 500 plus horsepower and me with my measly maybe 320. Granted, it's a lot more than fits, but
And
it was
Club
mostly
CR.
in Club TR, yeah. I don't know. I think the traffic situation, I think it felt more frustrating because all of the fast times, like the best opportunity for putting down a PB was Friday morning, the first 2 sessions, because then by session 3, was like what, 1 p.m. It was the last session of the day on Friday,
Yeah,
and the track surface got pretty hot and greasy, and so if you were putting down a PB, it wasn't because the car or track was better; it's because you were just simply driving better. And so then Saturday comes around, and all 3 sessions on Saturday were rained out. And so I think a lot of people just had frustration that the best opportunity for putting down PBs were in traffic in the first 2 sessions. But every grid life event I go to has traffic in the first 2 sessions. Everyone's kind of getting sorted through.
yep. It's just the way it was condensed, it felt different. So, but yeah, I mean, other than me being salty about the rain, I think it was a good event.
Yeah, speaking of the rain, actually, the track was surprisingly grippy. So for Dallas listeners or Fez, G2 Motorsports, would you agree that like G2 has some pretty good grip because it's a relatively brand new track? And it had a lot of grip in the rain.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So Road Atlanta to me equally felt surprisingly grippy, not to G2 levels, not to brand new track levels, but it was way more grippy than I expected. it was like the top of turn 3 turning to the right that felt a little slick to me, and then turn 7 turning onto the back straight that felt slick. But then for the rest of the track, it was pretty gripped up, and then you just have to watch out for rivers on the S's. So like at one point on the one of the S's on the driver's side, I caught the river, and it like pulled me in. So I just had like a moment there, like whoop, gotta be careful and not get sucked into the river and then sucked into the wall. I stayed off the paint, so I don't know what the paint was like, but from what I heard, it was like an ice rink if you went onto paint, especially at turn 5. Yeah, turning left on turn 5. And then the back straight, I didn't see any rivers, and there was like one puddle that you could easily avoid, and that was it. So like on the back straight, even in the rain, I was hitting 130.
Jeez.
You know what? First of all, stop flexing that hard. We get it. You got a lot of power.
That was only on an E50. I was
what?
not good.
Still, shut the fuck up. Anyways, so no, I saw a bunch of videos of GLTC cars that went right before they wrecked. Like I saw, I don't know if you guys went on that session or not, but it seemed really, really wet. And some of these cars, like they barely touched the throttle and they were flying off. I don't know if they hit like the paint or not, but and then some of these guys were just honestly not gonna lie, they're just stupid for the way they were driving in the rain, and then they crashed. But so yeah, what was your opinion, Jim?
I didn't actually go out in the rain, but just watching video, I could definitely tell that like it looked like turn 7 had a legit rain line, and then I saw a lot of people braking on the dry line into 10A, and I think there's probably way more grip just by being a car and a half over. So it seemed like people were just learning how to drive in the rain there, and I know that based on some posts I saw, but I think people were taking risks that maybe they shouldn't have, and but that's kind of par for the course. Like when you're racing, you're gonna do what you want. You feel like you need to do. So I'm not gonna throw shade on anyone because, like, I think we could all crash at any moment. So I went off in turn 6 in the dry, so I can't say shit. So I got probably 15, 20 feet from the wall. So
dang, dude.
I'm rusty, man.
So Jim, you got 4th for the weekend?
Yeah, the fastest lap was that first session. And I wasn't even like pushing the limits, so I kept getting faster and then going slower. So I was driving better, but overall time wasn't there. So, but props to Matt Williams, he knocked the old record down by like 6 seconds. Like that GK he has a 3rd gen fit. It's like a freight train. It was so fast on the back straight, and then Chris Rice, ready to just kill himself to keep up, was 2nd place, which was amazing. The other big Club SC thing was Mike Jansen had been hiding this build from me for like 5 or 6 months. He brought, instead of his Mini Cooper, he brought I think an EG Civic. And so this was the first event for that, and he got 2nd place. He jumped me last lap of the last session, dude, and killed it. So props to the old man. So
wait, you didn't know about his EG?
No, I didn't pay attention.
Oh dang! Yeah, he told me about it like a year ago or so that he was building one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know. Because I think he was helping. I forgot who the one Jimmy, right? With his. So I think he just decided to do his own EG afterwards.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was like, "What the hell? This isn't the Mini Cooper."
Damn. Yeah, man. I mean, Sunday Cup seems like they had a really good battle, and I was surprised to see Matt Williams back out there, man. I haven't seen him in such a long time. How's he doing?
He was good. He was at CMP, and I yelled "Daddy's home," and he was running up to the podium because, like, he's back in true form. Oh, we can't call it Sunday Cup anymore. It's officially Club SC only. SC. I got yelled at for my stickers, so I had to change those. So we ended up just cutting around my old banner. Or cutting around the new sticker and putting it on my old banner. So,
why is it SC Club SC now?
There's reasons that they didn't really tell us that. It's for a good reason. Maybe not. I can't.
Sorry, you guys.
Deny.
You guys spoke over each other. What were you saying, Jim?
I can't confirm or deny potential partnerships. So.
Okay, we'll talk offline. What's it called? Nick, how was your weekend? So for street, like, how did you do?
Oh, I did shitty. I don't even want to talk about how I did. I did 9th place out of 16 cars, and 2 of those got DNFs. It was really bad.
That's still top 10?
It's still top 10, but if these 2 other cars, one was Mike Coons, and one was Charles Miller, or otherwise known as Spaz. The two of them with functioning cars easily would be in the top 7, top 5, and so I would have been bumped out of top 10. In any case, now what?
Why'd they get DNF'd?
So Charles on the first session, I don't know why he doesn't have a time actually, but because I think he went out, but he had the motor popped, so he melted the piston. Then Mike Coons, he popped its head gasket.
Subaru things.
Subaru things and Evo things, unless you're Lucas. So first place, Joshua Halka did a 33.8. Luca in the first session did a 34.0. And then William Dries in the Elantra N stole the front wheel drive record from John Eddy. He did a 37. So Eddie, I'm sure he'll talk about on his podcast, Backseat Drivers podcast. He did a 38.575. And then John Loughlin with the FL5 Type R, he did a 38.3. So he snuck into fourth place. And just shout out to him because he is tuning on a Cobb Access port by GST Performance, who also does my tuning. But street class overall, like most of us were in the 41s, including me.
Can you repeat that? Sorry. So what was Will's time?
Will got a 37.5, and then John with a Civic Type R FL5, 38.3.
Gotcha. So 37, and then Luca got 34.
34, yeah.
The 3-second gap. Holy shit.
Yeah. Luca and Josh did a 33.8. So yeah, Josh and Luca, they were like 3 to 4 seconds ahead of the field.
Gotcha. And then Eddie, what did Eddie get?
Eddie got a 38.5.
Dang. Yeah, I'm surprised that Elantra is that quick, man.
A lot of people, I'm surprised too. They're also, it was pretty quick at CMP as well until he got DQ'd for not having a back seat.
He also wrecked, didn't he?
Yeah, he wrecked. It was something like he got DQ'd, threw the back seat in, and then trying to redeem himself, spun out and wrecked.
Mm. So that's I think I know him on Instagram. He has an ISF that's like a fully built unlimited track car. Very unique build because I mean nobody really builds an ISF for time attack, and he has like rear full carbon doors. His car's mostly carbon fiber. So seems like he does really well in California. I'm not surprised he's doing pretty well in Gridlife too with this Elantra hand. But I don't think that's his car. I think he's borrowing this car from someone, right?
Yeah, he just drives the car. Someone else owns that Elantra N.
Correct. Gotcha.
Yeah, other than that,
what time did you do?
I did so officially I did a 41.6, which it bums me out because the first time I went out, so that 41.6 is not even as fast as Eddie's first time out in session 1. Which goes to show like just how much I had to go and learn. I just wasn't pushing the car because I honestly wanted to make sure I didn't crash. I didn't want to make this one Gridlife event that I'm planning to do this year be the one event that takes the car out.
This got in a bunch of people's heads, it feels like.
I think it did. I was talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people were kind of regretting not pushing the car harder. Like, they all went out and they heard about the stories of, like, oh, if you crash, like, these walls are not forgiving. And so they just were not pushing as hard as they should have been.
What are you in your head, Jim?
No, not really. I went off.
He went off at turn 6.
Did you go off, Nick?
Nope.
Nice.
Dude, I didn't even know if my car was understeering or oversteering because I just wasn't pushing the car anywhere close in the corners. Also, I didn't have the power to like oversteer.
I don't think the fit counts much because the hardest part is just bombing in, like carrying speed into the corners there.
Yeah.
It feels like, and then like most corners were just flat. So,
Jim, what was the name of the guy with the orange Honda Fit that went 4 off?
Oh, Chris Rice. Yeah, he got second.
Okay, so that was Chris.
Well,
okay.
He didn't go 4. He went 4 off the ground, but
technically it was 4 off.
Yeah, I saw that video of him jumping around after what, turn 6, turn 5?
Turn 5.
Yeah, he said it has like over 1 million views, and that was a few days ago. Like even his neighbor saw it randomly on Instagram and was like, "What the hell?"
That's funny.
Dude, it looked absolutely wild. I had so many people just like commenting back to me like, "Holy shit!" Like friends and coworkers that don't do anything with Gridlife or racing, just being astonished that a Honda Fit was able to take that corner and essentially go 4 off up in the air, hitting the bumps.
It was one bad bounce away from being in the wall. So that's
Yeah.
not actually not even his car. I know the owner, and the owner basically told him the only condition for you driving this is to not drive it like a bitch. So I think he succeeded in that.
Mission accomplished. Here's your car back, and here's a reel with 1 million views.
I mean, that car's been in the wall already, like at least 4 or 5 times. So
Oh wow!
at Gridlife events.
That's the perk of having a Honda Fit. Like you just don't give a fuck about it.
Oh, okay. So on the rain day, classic field problems on the last session took me out, and so I did behind a wall and just waited until the end of the session. So while sitting there, it was hysterical watching Sam dueling with his silver fit, and then I don't know who drives the black fit. Do you know?
Nick Berg. That's my old trainer fit.
Okay, so your trainer fit was pushing Sam dueling down the back straight.
Oh yeah.
It was hysterical watching them play bumper cars with each other down the back straight of Road Atlanta. Hysterical. It's probably my GoPro out to pull that video out. Yeah.
Wait,
overall,
you sold Trainer Fit?
Yeah, it's the only reason I can afford a trailer and to fix the S2000.
Gotcha. I forgot you did that.
Yeah, I missed it already, but it's in a good hands. Like he's obviously using it for what it was built for. So
other classes. So we talked about that Club SC street class a little bit. Club TR. So Club TR was a lot of fun to go and watch because Mario. Well, let me start from the top. Kevin Vu driving on the wrong side of the car. His Integra is a right-hand drive model, and he got first place. Mario Marone with the Civic got second place, and I'm going to butcher the last name, Christopher Henderman?
Heidman.
Really? That's how you say that?
I think so. There's no R in there, right? Heidman.
Heidman?
Spell it.
Heideman. Yeah, the way you spelled it.
Yeah, Heidman.
Wait,
or Heidman. I don't know. I don't know the guy. Anyways, go ahead.
Well, that's your top 3 in the Club TR, and then
you can't talk about Club TR without the Reaper talking about the yellow flag situation.
Okay, I heard about that. So I did hear that. So a little backstory on Chris's car. Chris actually beat me at Autobahn last year as well. He was really fast driver. He came out of kind of nowhere, and that's Matt Koval, our real good buddy's old S2K. I think he sold his car. Now he's just, I guess, bikes around. That's literally like
he bike to work.
He races his bikes now. He races not motorcycles, bicycles now, which is great. Like, good for him.
He's not fat like us.
He's not fat like us. He's like, nah, driving a car is too easy. Yeah, Matt was also a really fast driver, but when he sold his car to Chris, Chris kind of came out of nowhere, and he's quick. He's someone to look out for sure. I know he was sitting first place, and then something happened where he got DQ'd, and then Kevin Vu, he's a Road Atlanta native, so I think that's why he was able to set a good lap immediately out the box, unlike most of us, or most of them. And then Mario Moroni, sir, he came P2, and then I don't know who came P4.
Dude, Mario's been killing it on the sim too. Speaking of sim time, so he's been doing a lot of it. And then that guy that bought Matt's car was in the sim with us the other night, and he was faster than Dana.
Wow!
In that session, so we knew he was going to come out swinging too. So.
Wow. Yeah. So what happened, Jim? Do you want to talk about that? About why people got DQ'd?
I wasn't in the second or the B group, but I heard that waving yellows were ignored at multiple flag stations, and the new Time Attack mentor found out somehow, and they started looking at video, and just started basically saying you can't ignore yellows. That's not acceptable, no matter what, and yank the times. So which I think is totally reasonable. So.
They were going 10/10 while a yellow was waving, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Which is weird because the first session in that group, I think Nick can attest probably that there was a Subaru, maybe it was Mike's or someone's at turn 1 just sitting there the whole time and people were ignoring. Yeah, and I think they had a yellow for 1 or 2 laps and pulled it. So people just kept going, but these were standing waving yellows at specific corner stations. So
Yeah,
Wait,
that session one in my group was Group B. It was actually two Subarus because that was the same session where Mike Coons had his head gasket pop, so he was on the back straight
mhm,
and just before 10A or 10 Alpha, and then yeah, unfortunately Mike Callaway he had a fuel problem, and so that put him out on turn one. I think there was someone
Gotcha.
else actually, but in any case, there were yellows on track that people were ignoring and like placing PB laps. And so Gridlife Staff basically came out and said, like, no, we cannot. That's against the rules. And yeah, yank those lap times away.
who all got DQ'd?
I don't know who. I don't know. I didn't pay that
If
close attention to who got their times yanked.
it was all in the like text message updates for those sessions at the bottom of them, so like I
Oh,
think people didn't
I,
find out till really late too, which is unfortunate.
yeah.
So
Actually,
Mhm.
yeah, several people had their times yanked. I can see them now. Unfortunately, I guess Mario got his time yanked, but it's fine. He came back and fought and got second. Oh, even John.
Gotcha. I
Yeah, it was
mean,
just a bit of confusion. But go on, Fez.
that makes sense, man. I mean, like safety comes first. There's a lot of times where even at Road America last year, there was waving yellows, and people were, and there's literally a safety car, right? Not a safety car. Those the medic truck or whatever. It is literally
It was for
on
the
track,
Viper. Yep.
and and people are going full 10 tenths around it, and I was like, that is absolutely idiotic at that point.
Yeah, I
Um,
think that was it was honestly, it was because, like, there was also confusion on the fact that they saw the yellow flag, they saw the safety crew, they went around, and then the very next station was a green flag. And so I think
mm,
a lot of people were thinking like, "Oh, green flag, that if I see green on track, then that means the whole track is green." But no, these FIA level tracks, green means the next sector in front of you is green up until the next flag station.
mhm.
So a lot of track, like the smaller local tracks, like Harris Hill, for example, we only have one corner station or on the front straight. And so if that's green, then the whole thing is green. Whereas these bigger tracks, it's only green for the next flag station section.
Yeah.
So,
Well, anyways, guys, sounds like a good weekend. How was Formula Drift event?
Jim, do you want to answer it first? I have my opinions.
like we only made it over there like at the night, I think it was the Friday night,
Yep.
Mhm.
and it wasn't even like I don't think it was the pro people, so
It was
it was
pro
kind of
spec.
yeah, whatever that means. They weren't as good as the real pros, so
It
and it was
means
all
like
yeah.
Adam LZ's girlfriend is the one that's in that pro spec class. If you want to see Adam LZ, you have to wait till Saturday.
Yeah, so I missed it. It was cool. The coolest part was seeing like a Chrysler Pacifica whip it around 10. So I took a video for my wife to see the Pacifica ripping.
Wait, there was a Pacifica ripping.
Yeah, like it wasn't like drifting, but it was like someone's rental. They were ripping around the track. I'll
That's awesome.
I'll send you a picture of it for the podcast or for the Instagram page.
Send it my way. Yeah. Wait, so I think I was hanging out with the Frederick Osbo, Ryan Turk, and everyone at Long Beach, and I was trying to figure out a way to get a ride as well from them at Road Atlanta. I'm pretty sad I missed that opportunity, but seems like they went pretty well. I mean, like people were recording stuff. Like, what
Oh
was your
yeah.
thoughts?
So watching Formula Drift on TV can actually be kind of entertaining because like you see them go out and then as replay after replay and you hear the judges talk about it. If you're an
Uh-huh.
actual spectator off in the stands and you cannot hear the judges, it's quite boring because what you see is you see the cars go around and then they go back and it takes like 5 minutes until you see the next car or a pair of cars come out, do their thing and go back. There's a big lull, and there's a lot of dead air as a spectator. But one way to fix that is Carol and I, we had our cell phones out and we were actually watching the live stream. And so we could see them go around and then we could watch the replays on our phones. So that's one way to fix that up. Um, it was kind of meh. I mean, it's cool watching cars go around, drifters. Carol at first was not too interested. She's like, it's just cars sliding around. Like, what's the big deal? But once I told her about the rules of what they're trying to accomplish, both as a leader and as a follower, she and her mom were actually watching it back at the Airbnb, like replaying it to watch the drifting and actually like see if they agree with what the judges were saying, and she actually got a lot more interested in it, which I found surprising.
That's really cool. To be fair, that's every motorsports event. I feel like when you're at the event, like even F1 when we were there, it was kind of boring. I'd rather just watch it on TV.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I think I've learned with myself that if I'm at the track, I would rather be on the track and like doing my own thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, it was cool. But I think Gridlife really helped out bring a lot of the crowds. Like even on Saturday in the rain, there were people spectating us before Formula Drift. Some of them might have been them sitting down to get a good seat for Formula Drift. Who knows? But like nonetheless, they were there in the rain watching GLTC, Rush, and Time Attack go around.
Yeah, that kind of
That's
blew my
really
mind.
cool.
I was out there at like 9 a.m. to watch. I think it was Rush the first session, and like all these spectators out at 10A, 10B, 11, just getting ready, set up for the day, like when watching us race. And like it had Midwest Festival vibes for sure,
Oh wow.
for like the number of people. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure from FD also brought in a bunch of people. People just came in earlier to watch other stuff too.
Yeah, I mean that weekend is for Formula Drift. Gridlife was a support series for Formula Drift. It was all about Formula Drift. We're there as guests, essentially. It would be cool if they can kind of formulate more of a like is that 50-50 kind of shared event where
Mhm.
in the morning it's all about Gridlife and Gridlife gets their stream and then it's all about Formula Drift.
Yeah, that would be ideal. But overall, any other highlights from you guys?
For me, going back to Time Attack commentators, Kyle and Ito. Ito once again, like Ito's being a mentor for Time Attack, and he's being a phenomenal like middleman between the competitors and the Grid Life staff. Ito is killing it both off the track and on the radio mic. Him and Kyle, they commentated phenomenally. I love listening to them.
yeah, I can't speak highly enough of Ito. He was doing the drivers meeting on Saturday, like listening to people's concerns and issues, and like when I would have told people to pound sand about their issues, he was like actually still listening and trying to just make them feel better about their concerns. But and like any issues we had with traffic, he was like all down to listen. So and watch videos. So I mean, props. Ito's a huge addition to the team. So
Yeah, Ito's a huge empath. He really cares about the people that are around him. He really cares to listen, and not just like his friends, but also just randos. He'll take care of him. I've known Ito for almost 4 or 5 years at this point, and he's been a great help to me too. Even from when I first started, I remember meeting him at Mid Ohio for an HPD day, and DJ was actually instructing me because I was a novice at the time. And
Mhm.
yeah, they both were really good help, and it's crazy to see how far they've come.
yep.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Are we talking about Saturday night shenanigans?
All right, what happened to the
Oh, are we talking about
Airbnb?
No, Airbnb was pretty. That was tame. Nothing happened to Airbnb. It was the tavern.
We tried to respect Nick's family at the Airbnb.
Okay.
So everybody was hungry, and so we had about 10 of us that were going out to dinner, and someone selected the Cheesecake Factory. So we're like, all right, screw it, let's go to Cheesecake Factory. The closest one was at this mall area, so we went out there, and it was like a 2 hour long wait. Actually, we didn't even go there. We saw the line. We're like, that's ridiculous. We went to PF Chang's, and they had the 2.5 hour long wait. So we're like, there's just no way we're gonna eat around this mall. So then we started hunting around for food locations, alternatives, and honestly, I pulled up the first thing that looked decent. I just wanted bar food, like, I just had to have a drink and a burger or something to go and eat. And so this place called the Tavern at Mall of Georgia popped up. I'm like, cool, that's right down the road. Gave them a call, asked them, do you have room for 10 people? Do you have food? They said yes to both. Like, all right, screw it, we're going here. So we walk in, everybody thought it was a strip club.
What?
I
It
don't
was
know.
dark inside. There's mirrors. The waitresses had a very specific outfit on that was
Yes.
barely covering things. There's a memoriam of Big Easy or Big Baby or something. This guy with like an airbrushed picture of this guy's face that like had passed away. It was really strange.
Okay.
There were the mirrors. If there was a mirror, it was probably cracked. The windows were tinted incredibly dark. You couldn't see before walking inside.
The smell,
And
there's a smell, dude.
oh, there was a smell.
What was the smell?
It was a mixture. Leave it to your
Was it
imagination.
was it like hot coochie smell? Like fish? Like what did it smell like?
Smelled like a place that had adult entertainment by
Okay.
adult entertainers.
Okay. So stank coochie, all right.
And then like while we were there, they kept making the entire place darker. And so at first they had like kind of white light, and then it turned to like red and blue, and then it turned just to purple lighting. It was very very fitting for everybody that was sponsored by Acuity, since that's their color. But it was I was like, the longer we wait here on a Saturday night, it's only going to get worse. And yeah, it was very interesting. They had slot machines over there. The food was decent. Pete and I had a Vegas bomb. We shared that together. But this Vegas bomb, it wasn't a shot. It was like a coffee cup sized drink. And so we just shotgunned the whole entire thing. And Pete had tacos, and then he was apparently still hungry. So then he ordered a double hamburger. But then someone else had a patty. So he slapped a third patty on there, attempted to
I
finish it.
I made my burger a single, and so Pete wanted my extra patty for his massive 3-patty burger.
Okay, so I want to know how many pounds of food he ate, so I can calculate how many pounds of just meat and food he was that day. Because it's good. He himself only weighs like 130 pounds, dude.
Oh, he easily ate like 10% of his body weight.
That's funny.
The funniest thing that happened, I think it was Alex Swank, the photographer, was trying to order some wings, and he was all concerned that they were too hot. So he's like asking the waitress if this lemon pepper wings are too hot, and she's like trolling him, dude. It was the funniest thing ever because it's
I was like,
lemon pepper.
Wait, he thought lemon pepper was hot?
he's
Yeah,
very white.
Yikes.
can't handle the heat evidently. So I'm gonna call him out right here.
Can't hang, dude. That's why I don't invite him over. You gotta have at least reach a certain spice tolerance before you can hang out with me.
He's
Well,
not
now
there,
we all
dude.
know where he lives.
What'd you say, Joe?
His limit's the white people taco night for sure.
Ah, damn. All right. Well, next time we're not letting him in the Airbnb.
Deal.
Wait, so what was about those dick lasers?
This is all
I
you,
don't
Jim.
I don't remember how the conversation came up, but long story short, I don't know how to even bring it up, but I don't know. Someone sells these lasers that are shaped like dicks. There's like 5 different shapes, so we're gonna plug them right now. Dicklasers.com. $20. You can get one yourself. So, and then you can shine them on people, and they won't realize that there's a dick on them. So,
Wait, for some reason I thought you guys were talking about how they had dick lasers at this restaurant.
no.
I think that's
Okay.
what you were saying, Jim. I think you were saying that this feels like the proper place to go and bring out some dick lasers.
That might be right. Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are dick lasers? It felt very Atlanta. Like at first I was very concerned once we opened the door of like, oh, this food's gonna be terrible, bad service. But the service actually ended up being pretty good. As skimpy as they were dressed, like it actually was pretty good service. Food was like it wasn't anything amazing, but like it hit the spot after spending all day at the track and being hungry. They had drinks and they had quite the music flair for Atlanta vibes. Like they
Oh
were
yeah.
playing music like Missy Elliott and Sierra from like the MTV days, like when they actually had music videos on MTV. They had T-Pain playing, so it had all the right vibes.
Nice.
And then we all went home because we were really tired.
Well, who's going to Midwest Fest then?
I'll be there.
Not in the Honda Fit, right? You're gonna be there in GLTC.
If I can get the S2000 prepped, I'm like unprepping it currently. So Andy had it all ready for me, and I'm tearing it apart. So,
What
but
do you
yeah,
like?
it'll be.
Tearing it apart.
I just wanted to make some cosmetic changes and some ergonomic changes. So a new seat, replacing the hood vents, like some basic stuff. Maybe a
Oh,
little
that
bit of
explains why you had
maintenance.
the blanket.
Yeah, I was replacing the hood vent, so I did drill out some rivets. So the other one had like zip ties holding it together at Autobahn. So
Oh,
Gotcha.
uh,
Well,
hold on, real quick. So the other thing I want to say for Road Atlanta is Jim has like the most badass rig now. He has a brand new truck and a brand new like ATC trailer, and I'm so freaking jealous. Ever since then, I've been like trying to convince Carol to like go in on getting an enclosed trailer that potentially could also be used as like a little miniature RV trailer, which is why I really want one with sliding windows.
Okay, tell me more about that trailer and truck.
Who,
So the
Nick or
truck is
me?
It's your shit.
yeah, Jim.
Well, yeah,
Not my truck.
this is my new truck because I bought the first new truck I bought had wiring issues immediately. It took me 2 or 3 weeks to get that sorted, and the way they sorted it at the Ford dealership was giving me a new truck, and then I towed it down. This new trailer I'd bought back in March, this 20-foot ATC enclosed with it has like nice walls and ceiling and insulation and AC and heat, but so I get it down to Georgia to do some photo shoots at Acuity, and I go to start it the next day, and it's like sounds like it's got rod knock for like 5 minutes while I'm driving it. So I might get a new truck eventually, but we'll find
Wait,
out.
your truck has rod knock already? The one that you
It's not,
just got, the second truck.
the second truck sounded like after driving it down in the morning when it was cold, I started it and went to drive it, and it sounded like either top end like lifter tick most likely, like knocking, or
I mean, it is
maybe the bottom end, but it went away. So I mean, it hasn't come back. So, but yeah,
Okay, so your first truck that you had a rodent problem, and the wiring got chewed up or something like that, right?
yeah, yeah,
And then the second truck that you just got, already
yeah.
has issues. Potentially.
potentially.
Potentially. I'm just gonna ignore that it happened because it's good so far. So
Why do you keep buying Ford again?
I know
Well, hold on. Yeah, that's true.
I need a nice Lexus.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Except
Oh, I
Lexus
forgot.
can't
Oh, we
tow
haven't
that
talked
much.
about that yet.
Yeah, I haven't really told anyone about that one. I haven't even put it on my Instagram.
You've been sharing it like on your personal story.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? Your new tow
Yeah.
rig?
I got a new tow rig too. I got rid of my Tundra and I got a GX 550, the brand new one, as a parting gift from Toyota for myself.
Severance package.
That was my severance package. Yeah, so I ordered this back in December. This is before I knew I was getting the shop and I was going to quit and all that. So I ordered it. It came. I was literally waiting for it to come to give my 2 weeks notice. It came. I think I don't remember the date, but anyways, I picked up the GX at 10 a.m. and I gave my notice at 1 p.m. because I wanted to make sure I got the truck before I did anything. I don't want them to be like, hey,
Damn.
No
I don't want them to be
takebacks.
like an NDA or something. They're like, hey, we gotta like walk you out or something. Then I can't get my GX, you know. So, um, so I waited to get my GX before that happened. And yeah, I eventually, like immediately after, because it was a company lease, technically, that's how I got it. I had to go to the dealer and finance it out or whatever, and I got the option to either sell it to the dealer and make like 13 or 14K on the GX, or I just finance it. So I ended up financing it and keeping it. That's why I didn't really say anything to many people because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it or not. But yeah, I just don't think I'll get a deal like this ever again. So I just ended up just buying it out.
Okay. So, is it in your eyes? It's a good deal, and then it sounds like you also really like it. If you're holding on to it,
I think this is going to be a forever thing, man. This is the most comfiest car, truck, or SUV I've ever driven. Right? I mean, Range Rovers are more comfy than this, obviously, but like in terms of what I've owned personally, I feel like this is my first grown-up car. Normally, like I've owned, 86s or a red M3 or a green lime-ish Tacoma, greenish Tundra, and then this is my first grown-up SUV that I can take my kids to soccer practice.
I'm struggling to comprehend how like a $70,000 Toyota Tundra TRD Pro pickup truck with Dumbo ear mirror. Okay, those look a little childish, but the rest of the truck, how that is considered not grown up.
It was just the color. Like I always had a funky color, right, on that, and it was a very off-road, like a boyish car still.
This must be what all your dates have told you.
Yeah, 100%. This one, dude, the GX is a freaking chick magnet, man. Every date I've been on, Oh, I shouldn't say that. Cut that out. Cut that out. Hold on.
No. We're keeping this in. Dude, none of your girls listen to this. It's fine. This is safe space.
Okay,
Away from
okay.
girl territory.
Just in case. But yeah, like it's just a chick magnet. So I even talked to Zach's wife, our buddy Zach, is like, hey, what should I do? And she's like, you should keep this. This is going to be a chick magnet. I love this. She wants to keep it too. So I was like, all right, that's sold.
That's what trim level is it? Is it the over trim or overland?
It's the over trail, yeah.
Over trail.
So this has a 1-inch lift in the front and has a built-in compressor inside of the car.
Wait, it has air suspension?
No. It has a compressor to inflate your tires.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No one buying that is going to use it for that.
No, hell no. Nobody's going to use that but me.
Is it in the trunk?
Yeah, it's in the trunk, so I can inflate the GR86 tires on it from it.
Okay, that's actually kind of. Is it one where like you have to like take it out and plug it into the cigarette lighter, or is it actually like built in and there's like a switch on the side of the in the trunk area that turns it on?
No, it's built in. I set the pressures and I just turn it on.
What?
That's kind of cool. Yeah. Wait, if you had a trailer, could it reach the trailer tires?
If I get a longer hose, probably.
You know what you should do? You know that Moreflate kit that I have where it can like inflate 4 tires at once?
Uh-huh.
And then you should get that. That way you like connect to all 4 trailer tires and then you just have one connection that connects to the GX.
I don't know if it's strong enough to do a trailer tire because trailer tires need to be inflated like 50, 60 PSI.
You should be able to do it. 60 PSI?
It's fine. If my battery-powered Milwaukee can do it, I think the Lexus can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a little jump box with an air compressor, and it inflated the trailer tires that I borrowed for the weekend.
Okay, sweet.
Give it a shot.
You won't need to borrow that trailer much longer, and you have a brand new ATC.
Jim, shut the fuck up.
Because I need a 28-foot.
Now you're going 28 foot. Earlier today, you told me you were trying to upgrade to 24 foot.
Well, you just got this trailer. What do you mean? You're already trying to upgrade?
But I bought it when I thought I had a small truck, and now there's a big truck.
So you're going to sell it immediately?
He's trying to sell it to me.
So what you're telling me is you bought a big trailer, and then you realize your truck couldn't handle it, so you bought a bigger truck. But now that you have a bigger truck, now you know that you can get a bigger trailer. This is a domino effect of just buying an RV, a big-ass RV.
A bunch of bad decisions. Well, I had the RV too, and that was a horrible decision. So.
I talk to people.
Can I gain your business somehow? Because I feel like you spend a lot of money for bullshit.
It's all the bank's money. It's fine.
Okay, deal.
I'll buy your trailer if you put windows in the side of it.
You can cut windows in and try it, but
actually, I wonder if you could send it back to the ATC manufacturer and have them build it out. Probably not.
They're 30 minutes from my house. That's why I went with them. I just picked it up straight from them.
Nice,
that makes sense. And it comes with what kind of a warranty?
That one's a 3-year. I think a 3-year structural deal.
That's it? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Their quality.
I guess if you bought aluminum, that's fair. It should be one of those trailers that if it's fully built out of aluminum, hopefully it's like a forever trailer.
Yeah, that's why I overbuilt everything. So.
Yeah, don't blame you. Well, cool. All right, so Jim has a new truck, potentially a new truck later on. We'll find out at the next podcast. Bez has a new job, a new SUV. Still has the same car that's still up on jack stands, probably.
My car's on the ground and it's working. I just need to line it and tune it.
Ah, sick. Awesome. Are you going to try to go to Apex? What are your future events? So we know that like Midwest Fest is for Jim. Are there any Gridlife events that you will be attending, Fez?
It's TBD right now for me. I'm the only one really running this business right now in the front, taking customers and all that. And running this new systems. So, but my goal is to train one of the technicians in the back who's been there for 26 years to become the new face of the business, essentially. So until that happens, until he gets comfortable in the front, I cannot leave.
Okay. So by June, whatever the first weekend is, probably won't be able to go to Midwest this year. But
Probably not looking good for that one. But what's the next one after that? Mido?
Yeah, late June.
Late June.
Yep.
I'm gonna realistically aim for Mid-O or Road America.
did you really like Road America that much last year?
I just want to go drive and hang out with people. That's it.
Do
For
some
hanging out,
karaoke.
sounds like Circuit Legends would be the event to go to if you're down for the hangs and a new track. Or you could do pit race with me.
I'm not doing pit race.
Oh, come on, dude. Help me convince Carol.
Nah, Eddie's wedding is too close to it.
That's exactly why it's the perfect idea. Okay, we talk offline. Anyways, I think other than that, I'm just gonna do local events. So the other event I was gonna ask you about was doing Apex down here in Dallas. They have a time attack on the 21st of June.
Yep. We'll see. But anyways,
And
I know we're at the over an hour mark now at this point. So, thank you all for joining. It was a great podcast. I still had a lot of FOMO just about the Road Atlanta thing. Hopefully, I can join you guys again in the future. But obviously, as you guys know, this business is going to take priority for a little bit. But then maybe one day I can buy a Supra and do time attack with that. So, yeah, looking forward to hanging out with you guys again.
you and everybody else in Street GT.
Yeah.
You and your BMWs. Anyhow, yeah, it was it's like not having you there at Atlanta, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna be doing the same thing next year, and I bet it'll be even better. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. And I love Georgia, so I'm definitely down to do it next year. Jim, what are your closing thoughts?
Yeah, I miss Fez. I think he was being lame for not showing up, but totally get the reason why. So he's always welcome to come co-drive the fit at an event as well. So
I might take you up on that. Just fly out to Mid-O or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I might take you up on that.
Would you allow 2 people to co-drive your fit?
Well, not you. You're too slow. So.
Damn.
He said you a bitch.
First Pete and now Jim. I'm gonna stop inviting people onto the podcast.
All right. Well, take care, guys.
See you, man.
Later. Bye.